Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Wendy. Today I'm going to attempt to bring you along for a bit of a school day. Today is our first day of school for 2025 to 2026. All right, come here. You got to calm down. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Somebody bring me a spit rag from the kitchen. Hurry up with a spit rag from the kitchen. That works, I guess. I got it to work. I managed to move the camera a little bit. So, I'm a little bit later than I planned on being, and I'm gonna have to get this on the charger, so I might not be able to bring you along for everything first thing in the morning, but we are going to get started on our day. It's almost 8 o'clock now. We have finished our morning chores. We're getting ready to start on school. We're starting our first day of school, so we're getting ready to do photos with this, and then we're gonna get started. I want us to be starting school by 7:30, and I did a lot last night to try to get things ready so there wouldn't be so much to do before school, and I wanna try to start doing that on a regular basis. I didn't get quite as much done as I wanted to, so last night, so it's just something where I gotta work out my rhythm and how I'm gonna do things. So hopefully that will help in the future, but today should be a fairly easy day for school anyways. Most of our subjects are going to be introduction lessons, so should be a fairly easy day for school anyways. We should still be done pretty early. So we're getting ready to do all that. I'm probably going to have to charge this a little bit, but I'm going to try, even if I just have my husband pop up some of the pictures here that we take while I let this charge for a bit. But we're getting ready to do that. Last night, I vacuumed all my rooms, so I have to do it today. I did my dishes so that I wouldn't have a ton of them this morning. We do now have the breakfast dishes that'll need to be washed later, but I can wash them with the lunch or supper dishes. Got the kids all dressed and everything.
School. Now we have to get to work. This is our class.
And we're gonna do these first day ofs. We got 4 pictures to take. Little one, Jace here, of course, is not starting school, but I'll show you the picture I get of him. And then we're gonna get organized with our new books. So here we go. We'll see if we can bring you along for some of this day and hope you enjoy it. Austin, eat quietly. Alrighty, finally got our camera charged. We are about halfway through the day, but I'll try to bring you along for a few things. We did most of our Bible stuff. Henry still has a little bit more of his Grandma Day writing. So we got most of our Bible stuff done. Me and Henry still have a little bit of our Grandma Day writing left, but we decided to take a break and we're going to come back to that and finish. He wanted to really get started on some of his new books. So he did his new Bible book. He had that today. Ella does not have her actual Bible book until Wednesday. He does his once a week, and so he did that today. No, we have it. She just doesn't do it till Wednesday because that's when it's scheduled. That was interrupting. Thank you. And then Ella has done her math, her learning to read. She did something else. No, she did those 2 things. And then she still has her writing, art. They are going to do art once Henry has completed all of his other subjects. That way, he's got a motivation to get done, so he can do that. Plus, then, when they do art, they can, at that point, take their time with it. They don't have to rush and worry about getting back to something else, because I know that that's going to be their favorite. But they only have art on Mondays for now, unless we change the day. So he's going to be saving that for later. So Ella is almost done. She has her writing book left. And then I may have her do some of her other fun books that she was doing over the summer that she hadn't completely finished. She had a word search book she's been doing. She hasn't completely finished, so I might have her do one of those as well while she's waiting on Henry to be ready for art class. Little Austin, he did one of his books. I think I'm going to mostly stick with that for now. He has another book that he could very easily do, but I need to find something for it so that he can do it, and I hadn't done that yet. I'm pretty sure I have it. I just need to find one. If not, I need to buy one. But it's a super easy book that's going to take him very little time to do anyways once he starts it, so I'm not in a rush on it. But he did one of his books, and he did, I think, 14 pages in it, something like that. So he did quite a bit, and then he started not wanting to follow the directions. So I said, oh, we're done with this then. You can have a coloring book if you want to color, or you can go play quietly. So for now, he's gone to play quietly. He did color a little bit in his new Spider-Man coloring book while we did our Bible reading this morning. Henry got his Bible done, He did his science and math. And well, he almost has his math done. I talked him through a couple of the clocks. His first page was reviewing clocks and the rounding he never had a problem with. The clocks, I had to help him with a little bit. I need to work on that more. He's not good at clocks yet. One where you just read the numbers, he's fine with that. But it's the other ones he's got to practice, and that's what this page is on. So I had to help him with the first one, then he did the second one, and then I wanted to make sure he knew what he was doing on the rest of the page. So I went down and told him what to do down there. And then he got excited about that, did those, and he forgot to go back up to the top of the page and finish the clock. So he'll do that after he finishes lunch. They are right now eating lunch. I made their lunches last night. I may try to do that every day if I can. If not, their lunches are usually fairly easy. And sometimes we have leftovers for lunch the next day. So that may also depend on whether I fix their actual lunch bags. But first day of school, we usually do lunch bags because they find it super exciting. It makes the first day of school fun. Here's Henry's bag. What did you have for lunch? Whoops, we can't see you. What did you have? So I made, since he tends to eat crackers and cheese for lunch, I basically made him his own Lunchable. I put his crackers, he uses the wheat thin crackers, it's got some cheese, and I added deli meat to it this time. He's never done that before. We had plenty of deli meat, and I was like, this will add some rich protein to it. So, you have? I don't think so to this. But anyway, so, shh. Hold on, it's not your turn yet. Sit down and eat. But so he had 12 mini sandwiches in here. Only problem with it is that then I was afraid to move his lunch bag around too much because the sandwiches were all gonna fall apart in here. So I think next time, if I do that again, I might just put the crackers and put the cheese and put the sandwiches so that it's not put together anyways. And then he can just put them together as he eats. Actual Lunchables at the store. And then he also, chew with your mouth closed, please. And then he also has cucumbers and strawberries. His strawberries are gone already. This is Austin's lunch bag. What'd you have for lunch, Bubby? Can we see you over there? What did you eat, Austin? You might be able to see his down there a little bit. He also had a container with strawberries and cucumbers. And then he had a bag with peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Ella's lunch is the same as same as Austin's, except minus the strawberries because she doesn't like strawberries. And there's her lunch bag.
It's Minnie Mouse.
And then I did make little Jace a sandwich. And occasionally he ends up with one strawberry or one cucumber out of one of theirs lunch. So I didn't actually fix him a lunch bag. I did fix him a small sandwich bag with half a sandwich in it. That's usually about all he eats. And he is making a mess. Showed you everybody else. We might as well. What are you doing, Jace? Who are you talking to? Hi. Is that good? I did good? I'm going to share. That's okay. You eat it. So he's loving his lunch. My lunch is warming up. I am eating some leftovers today. I don't tend to do sandwiches very often myself, every once in a while. I'm eating some leftovers we had. So those are warming up. It's got about 9 minutes. So I will eat while Henry hopefully gets started on one of his next subjects here in a little bit. He has language and reading, social studies left, and geography for today, and then art. So he's got those 4 subjects, and he has to finish his Grandma Day writing. We're almost done that. We're half done it, over half done it technically. But, so we're gonna do that. I'll try to bring you along for a little bit of that, especially maybe some of art class, because Henry's teaching. Today's lesson is a very easy one. So, nothing big going on today. It's just an intro to art. Careful. Hey, no, go sit down and eat your cucumbers. Is this how we behave at lunchtime? And then I need to figure out where we're going to squeeze in our reading time, because I read aloud to them and he reads himself. So we have to make all that work in. But, well, actually, we're doing a lot less TV time during the week right now. So that's going to help with that. He can have his reading hour after the other two go to bed because he stays up a bit later than they do for being able to take his nighttime insulin and all that. Plus, sending them to bed staggered has helped somewhat getting them to sleep better. So that's where his reading hour is probably going to come in tonight. He will either read for the hour or do puzzles if he's already done his reading hour. We'll see. So that's where we're at so far. I'll bring you back after I eat my lunch. I'm just having leftovers. Then I will try to bring you back for maybe a little bit of how the rest of our day is going.
That's a pie.
Well, we did art, and they want to show what they did for art. I read to them. I ended up reading to them while they were doing art. Here is Ella's picture. They were supposed to be coloring today. I'm going to let Henry tell you exactly what, but they had this picture. You want to show yours?
It's Henry and me.
Bobby, you want to show yours? Here's little Austin's. Same picture. All right. Henry's going to show his, and he's going to tell what the purpose in their coloring picture was. What were you supposed to be learning?
We were learning.
You don't need to hold it. Just talk.
We were learning. So we were learning.
What did you have to do?
We used crowns to color, and what we were supposed to do is make sure there's no white spaces left.
And how did they say you do that?
By overing that spot many times.
And do you push hard with the crayon or push lightly?
And push lightly.
Right. Pushing lightly and going over a space several times to make sure you got it all. You did pretty good. Show yours, Henry.
This one little part I was pushing because I forgot.
He did super good.
I tried my best. I got perfect.
So that is our art project for this week, and I've told them that throughout the rest of the week they can use their coloring books and practice what they learned this week. And next week we do the next project, which builds on that. So y'all can
Keep the crowns.
you do get to keep the crowns, but we're going to keep them where the babies can't get them. So we'll put those away later. Why don't you take your picture and have Henry help you put it in your thing while Mommy finishes her video. Yours is okay. Yours looks very nice for a 3-year-old little boy. Did you learn how to make straight lines today? You did a very good job making straight lines today. You didn't? You make a big circle? I think you might learn circles tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. I want to try to bring y'all along for different parts of the day, but I don't know. Maybe it's my age range. Things are just seem very chaotic and loud while we're actually doing things. So I just don't really feel like I can film a whole lot. And when I do, there's for some reason or other, we end up not being able to use that clip. But being able to talk to you guys about it is just, I don't know. For me, that's fun. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. But so we did finish our day. We were able to check mark everything off. So after we had lunch, Henry finished his math, a couple problems he hadn't done. And then he did his geography. Then he did language. Well, a little bit of a hiccup there. He didn't like how much he had to write, but it really wasn't that much. But we got through it. So he did language, and then we did social studies. I don't think he much liked how much reading that was, but that's mostly what history is. So reading today and tomorrow, Wednesday, he has to answer questions. And then, trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Then he finished his his Grandma Day writing. He will read the story and then answer the questions about the story. And then they went to do their art. After lunch, Ella did her writing page, which was working on making lines and some circles. And then she did one of her word search puzzles. She's got a word search book she's been working on over the summer, and it's almost done. So since she's done her other work so early, I'm going to still have her do a puzzle a day until she gets that finished. But anyways, and then they were ready for art class. So me and Henry opened it up to the first page, which you saw they did. We went over together the directions at the top, made a couple of copies so they could each have a piece. There's only one in this book. And then wanted to include Austin if he wants to. And him and Ella have to do it. So we made a couple of copies. We went over the directions together, and then I listened to him try to explain it to Ella. He did fairly well. He did better explaining it to her than he did to you. And since their art project for today was pretty much just coloring, I said, while y'all are coloring, since that's a quiet thing, then I'm going to read to you. So this is the book we're working on right now, American History Stories. This is the read aloud that I'm reading to them right now. I just started it today. I've never read this one before. It's been pretty good so far today. I read 4 small sections. I wanted to read to them for an hour, but I made it like 20 minutes and my throat is like cracking. But so we did finish our school day. Henry does still need to do his reading hour, but he's been sitting all morning. I'm gonna let him play for a while, and then maybe if they start to act up, I'll have him read, or I'll just have him do his reading hour before bed, like I mentioned earlier. So that has been our school day. Quite eventful, but it went well. It was definitely nice having the lunch already ready, so I didn't have to worry about that. I have done laundry in between. We got a load started before school this morning, and then at lunch break, I put that one in the dryer and started another load. Once I got him started on language, I was able to go hang up the second load I'd started in the washing machine and start another load. And I folded 2 loads because I had 1 load in the dryer from the other day when we went to the water park for Ella's birthday. So we got home from the water park and I just put everything that was wet from that straight into the washing machine. And then I put it in the dryer last night, and that was as far as I got. Folded the clothes that I'd washed this morning and put in the dryer. I got 1 more load I need to stick into the dryer. I think that was my last. No, I have 1 more load to hang up and then 1 more load to wash and put in the. So it went fairly well. I am going to try again tonight to get some things done that I don't want to have to worry about during school hours tomorrow, and having all the dishes done so that I can just make breakfast, feed them, because I do need to make breakfast in the morning. I can't prepare that. Well, I know there's some things you can make that would be prepared for the next morning, but our breakfasts are fairly easy. Anyways, the only thing I usually have to cook is Henry's scrambled eggs. So that's not too bad. But I need to make sure that the pan is washed today so it's ready. So I'll probably wash that while I make supper. Hey. And I might try to make lunch again for tomorrow. I think I'll make Henry a sandwich for tomorrow. What? And then I might clean my bathroom because I'm feeling the need to clean the bathroom, and I don't want to have to be worrying about it during school. Today was supposed to be vacuuming day, so I knocked that out last night. Tomorrow I should probably clean the bathroom, so I might try to knock that out tonight if I can, if little people cooperate, which my husband is not working tonight. He's hoping to do some stuff outside here, but I think that may depend on the weather and how wet it is because it just downpoured a minute ago. So he might be inside tonight, which means he'll probably work on some stuff on the computer and stuff, but that'll make it so he can maybe watch this one for a little bit so that I can clean the bathroom. It doesn't need a ton, but it does need a little bit of detailing, and I'd like to go ahead and knock it out. So I might try to do that tonight, clean the bathroom, make sure my kitchen's ready for tomorrow, have lunches ready, and to figure out what I'm gonna make for supper tomorrow night. Tonight, I'm doing kind of easy stuff, but not entirely. I think I'm gonna make the kids hamburgers and maybe some chicken nuggets. I'm gonna try not to buy nuggets so often, but we do have 1 bag that we need to use up. So I think I'm gonna do hamburgers and nuggets tonight for them. My husband has some leftover pasta to finish. And I'm debating for me if I want hamburgers, or what was the other thing I thought of? I haven't had my baked potatoes with, or I say baked, but I put olive oil and put them on parchment paper, and y'all have seen how I do it. But I haven't done that in a while, and I could either put some chopped hamburger on top of that with some veggies and cheese. I haven't did that in a while, so I might do that for me. But the others, I don't care for that. But that's going to be tonight. We need to decide what I want to do tomorrow. I think I'll probably try to do something with chicken tomorrow because I have more chicken than anything else right now. But, so, really good first day of school. Hope y'all have enjoyed this video, and we'll catch y'all next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.